once again to Mearachd, episode 34.
Brought to you by Minimates at Walgreens? Yes.
So, I believe when last we left, one of you was imprisoned, and the other four of you were in a prison of your own making.
Not me.
So last time, the guards approached us and asked who was the leader, and we told them Erasmus, and they took him into custody in order to basically hold him as collateral until we completed the repairs to the house we damaged. We were told the repairs will take about 10 days. Brianna decided to negotiate with the foreman and added an inn that was not the White Pegasus.
Like dessert something.
House of Dreams. They sell other services which were all named after desserts, and they were rather expensive.
Oh my.
But the foreman and Brianna agreed that he would rush the job depending on how much fun he had. Kent did Kent things. He had basically convinced the foreman that he was going to go bless the other construction site so that they could get to work on the house sooner. And instead, he convinced them somehow that there was going to be a fire, and they basically went and destroyed the other house because he told them that it was going to start there. In the meantime, the guards, when they found out what happened, they go back to where the party's staying at the mining company, and they question them. Of course, nobody knew anything because it was all Kent being Kent. And so Brianna, they used the teleport ring, the telepathic ring, to tell Brianna and Kent that the guards had questions. So of course Brianna, she goes and talks to the guards, and she's like, "No, I don't know. I was at, the House of Dreams." And they're like, "Well, nobody would admit to that." So they figured it was a pretty good alibi. And so then Kent went and spoke to the guard, and man, he was confusing the guard and just, talking in circles, and eventually I think the guard was just like, "Okay, I'm done with this guy. I don't want to talk to him anymore." He basically talked his way out of trouble. Over the next few days, Brianna went shopping with Nikolai, and we were looking into how much it would cost to put Holy on Nikolai's weapon, and it's a lot. We also went to Formia and asked them to repair the cart and maybe possibly put a locking mechanism on it. But I think where we left off was we were doing the shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And so, let's see. We had picked up some lemongrass and rosemary for Hadhup. And then the shopkeeper, Arlie, when we were talking to them about holy enchants, recommended perhaps a Bane weapon instead. And we wanted to see about purchasing a Mithril Scimitar. And Arlie said to give his name, or else his contact wouldn't, work with us. And so we had just gone to the shop to see about the Mithril Scimitar.
And then...
And...
Good.
Oh, Comstock had also asked the glossary about the mother and got weird information about she's always here and togetherness and oneness and that stuff. And then when we were in Formia, part of the reason they agreed to help us is they learned the head and the heart are broken. So Brianna offered them some magical music to help. And they rudely declined my offer of smoothies. For some reason, they didn't find that valuable. Yeah, but we are the place we're going to try and see about the Scimitar is a big building with lots of activity inside. And Erasmus is still in jail.
I'm like, did they take my sling away?
They did take your sling away.
That's just cruel.
They took your everything away. You are wearing the robes that they gave you.
He doesn't have his ring of telepathy then.
He does have his ring on. They actually cannot remove the ring. They will attempt to, and the ring will reattach to his hand a few moments later. Like, they'll basically drop it in a bag, and then it'll be back on his hand.
Well, I'll mind think to him, hey, how are you doing in there?
You're being fed.
No one wants to discuss spell components here. The place is clean, sort of. People keep asking me questions about the wilderness, and I have to say, I'm not that kind of elf. Please stop. Apparently, they think I can talk to animals. This is all very disconcerting. They do not let me have a journal. They say it does not help.
No angry journaling.
I can't even do late night weeping journaling. This is just sad.
Hey, what are you doing over there staring at the wall?
I'm thinking.
You go think on another side of the room. I want that
I
side.
gotta think of the other side of the room now.
Well, instead of your angry journaling, you can angry telepathy us if you need to, just to keep your spirits balanced or whatever.
Nah, I mean, it's fine. I got invited to join several organizations that said they would love to have me there. I'm not sure. They don't seem to be academic clubs, though.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very reputable.
Yeah, lot
Tell
of
them you've
tattoos.
taken up meditation.
Medication? No, I don't need any medication.
Meditation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sitting still? Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's when they steal your stuff. We're not allowed to have slings here, apparently. They're dangerous weapons in the hands of people that know what they're doing.
Is the barracks nicer than the dungeons of Fort Jericho?
What do I think?
This is much cleaner than Fort Jericho was kept. Like, it's very clear that somebody comes in here periodically to clean things. It was very clear that nobody ever dusted in Fort Jericho.
They don't make the inmates clean?
No.
This place is, it's tidy. It's just, to quote one of my favorite, my favorite prophets, Martha of the Stewart, it's still jail.
It is still jail. Well, we're trying to get the house taken care of as soon as possible so you can get out of there and we can move on. But
Yes.
in the meantime, we're going to try and see if we might be able to get me a weapon that could be more effective with the creatures we've been encountering.
I think I accelerated that process quite nicely. Thank you very much.
Accelerated. Careful. That language could get you in trouble.
Yeah, perhaps, but I'm the one that fostered the goodwill with the foreman.
One might even say, though, that Kent was
Somebody-
a unknown accelerant.
Nice.
All right, so you guys are in this massive place where people seem to be kind of free roaming about. Doesn't really seem to be any structure within this place. Just a lot of people doing a lot of things in this rather large room. But eventually, someone will stop and make their way over to all of you. They are carrying around this kind of floating tablet in their hand as they come over. Hello? What can I do for you?
Hi.
Hello. We're here from another shop. The shopkeeper Arlie sent us about perhaps obtaining a Mithril Scimitar.
Ah, Mithril.
Or silver, perhaps.
Oh, no one wants silver, unless you're putting it on your wall. Is that your plan?
Not exactly.
No, okay. So Mithril, you're planning to use it then?
Yes.
And why do you want Mithril?
Some of the things that we have to take care of are on the evil side of the spectrum.
Oh, very
Demonic.
sad.
Yeah,
Well,
not ideal.
knowing who you know, think we can arrange something like this for you. I would like to know how soon are you expecting it?
Ideally, we'd like to have it done in the next week, as we'll likely be moving on from here then.
Within the next week, yes. Might we take some measurements? We do a more custom service here.
Yes.
They will step away from the tablet, which will kind of float in the air, and they will pull out a few strands of rope, which they look like very thin strips of rope, but it will extend to the length of your arm. They'll take some measurements of your hand with various different strings, and each of the strings will kind of lock into the length that they need the string to be to keep the measurement. And then he will pull out a bag, fill the bag with these strands of rope, put the bag back away and go back to the tablet. He'll wave his hand over the top of it in a few different ways, and then he will turn the tablet towards you. I will need you to place your hand over the tablet, please.
For what?
To confirm that this was to be yours.
We need to talk about pricing first.
Yes, I realized that. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. I am very used to our clients understanding ahead of time what the price of things is. But no matter. We can discuss a matter of cost.
Hey, I'm gonna communicate to Erasmus through the ring. Leader, how much do we have anything in the party fund?
I don't remember for the life of me. I thought we had somewhere on the page. We've all been splitting the costs of things. How much is the amount?
We don't know yet. I just didn't remember if we had still group funds or not.
The only thing I remember, we had the brain bucks. Does anybody remember anything?
Yeah, everyone had I think.
The brain
300.
dollars though aren't good here, right?
Right. No, this is above ground. But everybody should have had 300 of those.
Which I believe we spent most of, right?
300 is what we had left after we got our
yeah,
card.
duh. Okay. Yeah, so we have. Thank you. So how much is the cost going to be for the repair?
For the cart, we don't know yet, I don't think.
Oh, you told me that. My apologies.
It's okay. It's hard to concentrate when you're surrounded by criminals, I know.
Locked up?
Can't journal.
Can't journal.
It's a hard life.
I'm all about the journal life, y'all.
You can't remember your thoughts and feelings if you can't write them down, express them, get them out.
I know.
I think we should give that final seat at the table to the stag. They should get their own cam and label. They are the MVP. Seems unfair that they don't get a seat at the table.
If only I was there to
Well, see, stags usually don't fit into chairs.
Metaphorically, they could be in a chair.
Are you ready for the price? You seem to be staring off there.
Yep.
This is something we could do for you for about 2,000 gold.
Okay. Let me commune with my party. So I have 1245 in gold.
I have 900.
I have 1,300.
They said 2,000, right?
2,000.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, we're doing this all not talking in front of the shopkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
So I can pay the 1245 I have. Can folks come together for the other 755?
Yes,
Yeah.
I keep paying a lot into things, so I only have 152 gold left.
I can do 700.
Comstock, can you do the last 55?
Sure.
Great. Yep, so the 2000 will be fine.
Ah, very good. Very good. Well, if you place your hand upon the tablet, this will seal the deal, and the money will be needed to... You will need to deliver your coin by the time it is complete.
Oh, that wasn't a great one. I was just trying to see if this seems like a reasonable deal.
Are we kind of caught because, you know, we don't really have a lot of places to get a magical cart repaired?
Well, I just didn't know if Brianna flirted or something, if it would help negotiate the price down. But I'm guessing with an 8 and a 4, we probably don't.
Oh,
have
that's a
great idea.
praise. That I was actually doing my diplomacy from the beginning. That 31's my diplomacy.
No, this is a very fair price, and we'd like you to confirm it. Otherwise, I will need to get back to my work.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all about it.
I will put my hand on the tablet.
All right, your hand will etch its way in to the tablet.
I'll be forever stuck there.
Now, I should know that if you do not pay, we will have the authorities compel you to pay. As this is officially, according to this, your object.
Excellent.
If you have any additional requests at any point before it's completed, please let us know, but make sure they are within the next 2 days as opposed to nearing the time of completion.
When should I expect to come pick it up?
We will have it to you by the end of the week.
And I will come here, or you will find me, or
You will come here.
Okay. Is there anything I need to know about wielding a Mithril Scimitar?
It is much lighter, and you will find that it swings differently than you may be used to. We also take extra time and effort to ensure that it's of the highest caliber that you can acquire. And so you will find that not only will the lightness make it move more fluidly, but it will also be a better fit for your hand than what you might currently carry.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Yeah, so is there anything else all of you want to pick up?
We can go to someone else, but at some point I do want to visit the Temple of Sasha.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that real quick. You can head to the Temple of Sasha. Me. Have this here. I do not. I want to get something in here real quick. Hold on. Sorry, I just wanted to add something, but now I'm not finding it, which is about how this works. Nope. Nope. And I guess I'm not going to be able to find it right now. All right, well, that's fine. You can head to the temple. This is a very well-cleaned, well-established temple. Hanging above the entryway is a large symbol of the book and bow, made out of some very large stone, likely granite. A lot of the stuff you passed here has been made out of granite. And inside, it is a very quiet and orderly place, with only a handful of clergy roaming about. There are it almost looks like walking into a cafe a bit. There's like small tables, there's some books on the wall. There's a sort of service counter off to the background where people are like offering up people books or offering up people things to drink. But yeah, there's just a few people roaming about.
Is there any place like where I would know to go, like to offer prayers or anything like that?
No. You
No?
can see.
All right. So basically, Brianna's intention here is when we were in Harveston, then she tried to commune with the mistress and couldn't. And I don't know for sure that she would know that it was because of like a spell or something that Candor had done. So her intention is, she knows that the mistress kind of works alongside Sasha, so she wants to come here and basically offer the memories that she's had of like the dragons, basically. Because she feels like that's unusual enough that that's probably something that, you know, the mistress would be interested in.
Sure. How do you go about doing this?
So she would maybe try and find a cleric first. Maybe to ask if there was anywhere that they had that she could offer information to Sasha / the mistress. I don't know if she would know whether it would be a good idea to mention the mistress in a Temple of Sasha, but...
Do you have any ranks in knowledge religion?
Yes.
Give me a knowledge religion check.
Alright. Oof, not very good.
Not really.
So I think that maybe she would approach it asking if they ever have, like offer experiences or anything like that. She would use the language experiences rather than just come out and say, "Hey, do you have, you know, anything to do with the mistress," kind of thing.
Greetings and well days to you. It's been some time since we've seen a new face here. How may we be of service to you?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm passing through, but I've learned a little of Sasha. She is the one who imparts knowledge. Is that correct?
She does not impart knowledge. She defends knowledge, keeps those who would seek to keep it for themselves from being able to take it and remove it from others. It is her job to ensure that knowledge is available for all to consume.
And do you have any way of sharing knowledge with her or experiences, that sort of thing?
His eyes kind of cross as you say that, or go cross as you say that. We don't like your kind. That's what you're here about, isn't it? The other?
Other?
They take a step forward. Don't be coy. What are you really here for? No one comes in here and mistakes knowledge for experience.
I simply have an unusual experience that I wish to share.
We are a place of knowledge, not a place of sensuality.
Well, it's not that kind of experience.
It is when we're talking about people who think like your types.
Well, I can see that I have come here for nothing then.
For nothing. I see how this is. It's very convenient that so many of you seeking her come here like when you hear that a breakup has just recently happened and you really want a piece of who they broke up with. So you show up looking for that special someone for yourself without thinking about the pain that the person might have gone through themselves.
I'm not very knowledgeable in religion to know what you mean necessarily by breakup, but one of my close friends is a cleric of Sasha, and the one that you're so offended by has spoken to him. So I just assumed that perhaps you would have a way to talk to her.
She's
in your
been
temple.
speaking to a lot of people, and I'm very, very tired of having to periodically hear from her or any of her constituents. I believe that Sasha has the best intentions for this country and for this world, and this other has nothing but misinformation, poor guidance, and a desire to taint those who could otherwise be pursuing better things for other people.
Well, I will leave the religious theology, I guess, to you. I am, as I said, not learned in these things.
Religious theology. That's how you think of it. Imagine, if you will, that you had a partner, and that partner left you, and that every day you had to get a reminder that partner left you. How would you feel?
It would probably be pretty sad, honestly.
And now imagine that partner was a drug-addicted narcissist that got themselves into significant, complicated problems for the joy of it. And that people would come around asking about that because that's what they want. Instead of the pursuit of understanding and knowledge, they wanted frivolity and danger and dissent.
Well, I must confess that dissent isn't necessarily my intention, but I apologize if I've offended you.
You are not the one who offends, but you are an emissary of she who does, and you tickle her fancy in being here, and I am giving her benefit in my frustration. I am personally sorry that I cannot keep my emotions in check, because this, to her, is probably the equivalent of a fanciful soup.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't really know what to say to make things better. I am sorry that the one that you serve is not here right now. It's a little bit above my pay grade, I guess. I just don't know enough to know what to say in this situation, so I'm sorry.
Learn reverence to the gods, not simply the one you want most. Perhaps if you could learn a little bit of respect, you would be more respectful to the one that you are you're going to find yourself hurting in a lot of ways.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'm sure you won't.
And yeah, I guess Brianna will leave since she doesn't have anything else to do here.
Okay.
Your kind isn't welcome there. God, they are harsh.
A little bit of a spat going on.
No, I don't need to take it out on her.
Well, sometimes people just take it out on the closest person to them.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
that's
mean,
scrappy.
More importantly, when you're dealing with this, like, in this world, relationships with the gods are pretty close. You can talk to your gods, you get, like, messages periodically from them, you gain powers from them. So there's a lot of empathy for the people that are giving you your ability, and the people that you're listening to. And, I mean, imagine, again, if you will, that, like, somebody that you care about deeply has to regularly have these people trot in and ask for your previous better half, because everybody wants to do drugs and your better half loves drugs.
Well, in my case, I was hoping that it would be sort of set up kind of how it was for Trent, where he could there was a mistress area where he could go share experiences, and unfortunately that doesn't seem like that's the case here. So
so what do the rest of you want to do over this time?
What time of day is it right now?
The time of day is really kind of irrelevant because there are many days to go between now and the vehicle being repaired and the building being re-erected.
Well, I want to eat some more buffalo cauliflower.
Of course.
Practice some on my ukulele.
Mhm.
And is there anywhere to learn about, I don't know, learn more about what it'll be like to wield my new scimitar?
Not really. Until you kind of get into your hands, it's not going to be something you can particularly better understand.
There's no VR or anything?
No, not here.
Uh,
Also, that still wouldn't give it to you because you still wouldn't be able to have a perfect, flawless rendering of what it is that you were going to get without actually seeing what you're going to get. That'd be like trying to use a broom handle to practice your rapier skills.
Yeah.
It doesn't work very well.
Is there a library in town?
There is both the Temple of Sasha, which houses a large number of books, or there is a temple. Well, it's referred to as a Temple of Suinol, but Suinol's temples are often temples that are basically just giant libraries. Suinol's belief that knowledge should just kind of be, and all people should have access to it, and all people should help to spread it. Is an important principle of or it makes the idea of having sort of these libraries everywhere an important principle of their sort of religious model. What do you want to look for in said library?
I just wanted to see if they had anything on the mother.
Ooh, give me a knowledge religion check if you have any ranks.
Oh,
Or knowledge history.
I do not have. Oh wait, I do have a knowledge religion. Kind of.
All right. That's enough to, as you're looking through books, find a passing reference to something that is. There's a couple of different things that are referred to as mothers. There is the Spirit Mother, the Earth Mother. What was it called? There's a very old reference to something called the Hive Mother. But that's kind of all you can find with that check from your scouring of the library.
Because they decided to use the mother, now I have to guess which mother it is. Thanks, other version of myself. Making it difficult, I guess.
This is what happens when you can't pilot your own characters.
It's not my fault that I can't pilot it.
Alright, so...
Does this jail have a library?
This jail does not have a library.
Lord.
would we be able to take buffalo cauliflower to Erasmus?
No, you cannot bring food or other items into the barracks.
How about a cake with a file?
No food or other objects. Over the course of about 6 days, Erasmus will finally be let out because the construction project will be basically finished. Someone just needs to come and oversee or inspect the building, make sure it meets all the necessary codes and requirements. And that will take about 2 or 3 days before somebody will get out to do that. But in the meantime, the building is there, and Erasmus will be let loose, with the assumption that he will not leave town until final approval has been made on the building.
The first thing you do when you get out is going to be journaling.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm gonna stretch a little, and then yeah, I'm gonna journal. We have been apart too long. I'm gonna act like I don't remember what everybody looks like. Oh my God, Nikolai, is that you? It's been so long.
Are you okay, buddy?
I feel like I was trapped in there forever.
How about we get you your journal and some buffalo cauliflower?
That's great. You know, people think I know a lot about the wilderness. It didn't stop.
What?
You know, because most people associate elves with woods. So, you know, people. I was making like people keep asking me questions about the woods.
I was like, how is jail like the woods?
No.
So after a few more days, you can pick up Nikolai's weapon.
Nice.
You can pick up the card as well.
I have taken all my money, all my gold off my sheet.
Okay.
Do we owe them anything for the cart?
No, they will take the rest of your brain dollars, and with them, though, they will give you something extra that will help you to some degree with the movement of the vehicle and the securing of the vehicle.
Is it a club?
Nope. They will give you a glove.
A glove? Oh.
Not
We can
a
keep it in
club.
a box.
They would recommend that box be secure and kept away from the cart. The glove is now the activation mechanism for the cart, and it will impart upon the user a +5 bonus to drive checks.
Excellent.
Alrighty, Comstock. No more crashing into buildings now.
Better not.
I will also make sure to give Erasmus the shopping we did, the cold weather outfit, the rations, blanket, and heat stone.
How many rations did we get?
I think we got 4 each. And 4 days of rations for Cautry. Or animal feed, sorry.
Another thing that you'll be informed of is that it's a good idea to have driving the vehicle be a 2-person activity. One person can aid the person who is driving by keeping their eye out for obstacles and letting them know like what adjustments or changes in direction to make.
So what did we have done to the vehicle?
It was repaired. The upper section was repaired, and they gave you a way to have a specific person be able to control it instead of just generally anybody be able to control
And places to hook up a tent?
No.
Is there anything I need to do to my character sheet in terms of having a Mithril Scimitar now?
If your current Scimitar is not Masterwork, you'll change your Masterwork bonus to 1. And then you can change the name to be Mithril Scimitar.
Where is...
Under your attacks, if you go to... You open up the little cog that's next to the weapon name. Then you'll see Masterwork. You can click that up by 1. And you can change the name to Mithril Scimitar. Mithril.
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 Done.
All right. And you can all set out with a drive check.
So who's going to be the
profession
second
check.
driver? Should be somebody with good perception, so that's not me.
I have a...
It is a
bonus.
perform check, or is a not a perform. It is a profession check. It is an aid of the driving, so it's less about
nobody
regular
has
perception.
this.
Yeah, it's less about regular perception and more about like knowing. the things you want to watch for when driving. It's like having a spotter when you're driving when you're like parking or moving a big rig around a lot.
Okay, but nobody has profession drive, so then
No, nobody has
It's a-
profession drive.
It's a class skill for me, so I can try and help.
Well, that doesn't change anything because I think profession doesn't have to be trained if I remember right. So it would just be the person with the next highest wisdom might be the
Oh,
best person to
well,
help.
my wisdom is 12.
mine is 6.
10.
Kent,
Wisdom,
Mhm.
yes.
13.
Okay, so
So
Kent,
Kent
you're,
needs to be.
you're the helper.
Okie dokie.
Ken's a driving halfling.
All right. Let's see some profession checks to get out of the city. I guess just one profession check to get out of the city. Make it nice and easy.
Please be careful.
Do I have to add that?
I'm gonna add profession.
Where is it?
Boop.
Down at the bottom under the profession lines.
Ooh, profession job. Weep.
All right, that
Hey,
is
it
not
says-
a successful aid.
You're welcome.
And I get the 5 from.
You get a bonus of 5 from the gloves. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that is enough. You can navigate your way out of the city.
Yay.
You actually have enough that you cannot fail in regular terrain. So you make your way to the outskirts, and with that, we will take a short break and see how the party does in the fields.
There's no more land shark on the way out, huh?
Nope. See you shortly.
Bye.
we're back.
We're back with Minifigs, available at Walgreens in Modoc and the Wasp.
So, the cart sets out on a journey west. At least I assume you're going west, right? Or did you want to go east? The deserts of Helron.
Nope, Frostholm.
All right.
Aren't we doing the Fievel thing?
Going west.
Yeah, he went west, right?
He did. He went west, young man. That's what he was told. He said California's full of whiskey, women, and gold. No. He should have been a cowboy. He should have learned to rope and ride.
Oh my lord.
Get this song out of my head right now.
What song is that?
I should have been a cowboy.
I don't know that one.
It's really bad.
Sounds like it.
Stealing the young girls' hearts.
Oh god.
What? Too soon?
Forever too soon.
I listened to a lot of country music as a kid. That is probably
now
part
you
of what messed me
complain
up.
about Taylor Swift, and it's very rude.
I do complain about Taylor Swift. She is nothing but a
very
country
rude.
music artist.
She's awesome.
All right, the
I
cart gets
know
a
at
lot
least
of control.
one person here will back me up on that. Yeah, 2 people.
That's bias.
And the stag. I think the stag is into her.
The
I
stag
talked to the
is-
stag 100% in Team Swift.
Just for that,
I think I would be the one to decide that.
Nope. Nope.
I hope this party gives me a perception check and fails.
Have you seen my perception?
Yeah.
We all perceive that Taylor Swift is good, Steve.
That's not what I was percepting, by the way.
Yeah. So as you're rolling this cart through the hill terrain, you'll notice that, or Constog, you'll notice with that incredible perception, that there were a small group of hobgoblins that were kind of roaming about the terrain. And then as soon as you guys get close, they kind of like run and hide behind a set of hills.
There are some other hobgoblins out here.
Want to go say hi?
Should we?
No.
There are about 8 of them that you saw.
I mean, they might know, what's around here, and they might have information about what's up ahead.
Do we have something to parlay with?
My scimitar.
No. But we could talk to them.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like important things like bribes.
Well, I don't know exactly what sort of things that they would like, but we could always ask them.
Mm-hmm. Well, hobgoblins are, a little bit on the militant side.
Well, I think it should be Constog's decision.
No pressure.
No.
Do you wish to pursue the hobgoblins?
If you think it might be helpful.
I just
Well,
don't
they
want to
ran
waste
away
any
from us,
time.
right?
They ran and hid behind a hill.
They seemed quick to run from us, though. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if they're quick to run from us, I don't know if we should necessarily follow them unless we really have the time and inclination. And I'm not hearing the time or inclination.
We only have 4 days of rations also to keep in mind.
Seems like a good reason to me not to invite any extra encounters.
If that's what you guys want.
Okay. What is that in the background?
But where? Oh, sorry.
It's his dice porn.
All right, you guys can keep traveling on then. It's looking like, though, the only real thing to deal with out here is some hobgoblins. Until you get to where the weather starts to transition significantly. Things start getting very, very chilly the further west you get. The winds start to pick up a bit stronger. And the temperature starts declining fairly rapidly. You can start seeing bits of grass kind of like on the edge of their life at these temperatures that get much, much more cold.
This is just like a little too real right now, sweetie. It's like negative degrees outside for every one of us except for Jess right now.
We should have just gone west. It would have been warmer.
This is the way you
Should have gone down to Jess's place.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. We should have gone east. It would be warmer.
And the further you head, the more you start to see the cover of white snow replace the green grasses or even the sort of fading, hardened earth where grasses might once have been. And out here, everything gets a lot more quiet, a lot more crunchy as the cart moves over the snow. And you can see like bits of the snow kind of stick to the wheel as you roll it along. So periodically, like you're pushing kind of snow off the wheel with the glove as you wave your hand over it. Can I get some perception checks from everyone? Look for this chart.
As soon as it starts getting colder, I'll change into my cold weather gear.
Are you
It's
sure?
the 5. It's
Yep.
because of the cold.
Sure you want to change in your cold weather gear? What if it gets warmer?
Then we are experiencing climate change and we're in a lot bigger trouble.
Well, we're getting into cold weather, so we're experiencing climate change. So. Get into your cold weather gear.
Yep. And activate our heat stones if needed.
All right.
Imagine how much warmer it'd be if we were covered by a tent.
I'm not finding this.
You're about to attend one more time.
He's trying to turn our
A
car into some
tent.
sort of recreational vehicle.
Tent.
He wants the vehicle to have a little more sport and a little bit more utility.
He wants Comstock to murder him, I think.
Oh, Tracy,
That's
you can
why
just
she
knock him
like-
off the cart.
Tents are
That's
back.
why she likes being cold and in the wind.
Why be a future tense when you can be a past tense?
I mean,
Exactly.
we all have heat stones, so none of us should be very cold.
Yes, because wind is never a thing. Are you putting that heat
Well, I
stone
mean,
on
as-
your face?
As the wind goes by, it kind of cools you off so you don't get overheated from the heat stone.
We're in Northholm. I don't think so.
We're in Frostholm. What's
Sorry,
Northholm?
Frostholm, I'm sorry.
I don't know, Frost told me yet.
I may have heard somewhere before that it gets really cold here. I mean, really cold here.
So we're gonna die of cold on the coldest day of the year. in
I wouldn't
Chicago.
know because I've never been here before.
But you've heard.
I've heard. I have it on good authority.
Every time I try to find this information, it's always not where I thought it was.
I'm sure the 8 will provide.
Well, not necessarily for heretics, but it will provide.
8 says cold heretics for us.
All right, so all of you are in cold weather gear, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
Not in a tent.
And I believe that cold weather gear gives you a bonus against your checks, correct?
I believe it's a +5 bonus. Yeah, +5 circumstance bonus on fortitude saving throws against exposure to cold weather.
Okay. There's that. That's the first part I'm looking for. And then...
Trying to see how many of us you can kill in the first round.
Nope, just trying to find out why I can't find the other part of this that I need, because there's supposed to be a couple of moving parts. And they're not here.
Moving parts.
Let's just do this way.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm just amazed by how well prepared we are.
Yes, that's...
Bring on the die.
I am so I am so impressed by the preparedness of the group that I just cannot handle myself.
I know.
So you guys are keeping warm in your cold weather gear. So you will only need to make a check against the weather every hour as the temperature seems to decline. And can I get everyone to give me a... you get a few hours out into Frostholm, or into the, into the Tundra. And can I get everyone to give me their first fortitude save?
Oops, sorry. Clicked it twice.
All right. Anybody getting lower than a 15 needs to take, let's roll it in the chat.
Is this also taking into account that we said we had our heat stones going?
So how long do your heat stones last for?
24 hours.
Okay, so the minute you guys start feeling it drop below 0 degrees, you're going to activate your heat stones?
I would say, yeah, as soon as it starts, like, getting colder, like, if it's cold enough that our cold weather gear isn't keeping us completely warm, then I would want to activate my heat.
Okay, so the moment you start feeling like you're not being kept at, like, a high body temperature from your cold weather gear, you're going to activate the heat stone.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. That will
I'm going
change
to win.
this. Let's see here.
Yeah, I feel like if I know it only lasts 24 hours, I would wait until I'm not like so cold I can't do anything, but like I've been chilly for long enough that I can't handle it anymore.
Okay. So you will not activate yours yet.
I'm gonna wait until I really feel nipply to activate.
Okay.
Nippy, not that other word.
I'm activating mine as soon as possible.
Okay.
The
That
way
is
that I
fine.
see it too is that both Kent and Brianna are the smaller end of the scale, so I feel like if you're smaller that you probably would want more heat, but
Yeah, all I'm trying to make sure is I know exactly what people's plans are and that I am taking the appropriate action and changes to anything I need to based on the things that everyone is deciding. And then finding out that this map is scaled wrong and getting rather annoyed by it. Oh, wait, did I say map? I didn't mean to say map. There's nothing, no mapping going on whatsoever. I definitely don't need perception checks from the party right now as they're traveling. Definitely don't give me any of those. They won't help you.
So, were we taking damage anyways?
Anybody, if you don't use your heat stone, you will take 5 points of non-lethal damage. If you rolled less than a 15. Otherwise, you'll take no damage.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You get a +5 bonus from Liquid Weather, right?
Huh? Sorry.
What was the bonus from Liquid Weather?
+5.
Okay.
also just so that it's known, it says 1 heat stone keeps 20-foot square area comfortably warm even in extreme cold below -20 degrees Fahrenheit, or a 40-foot square area in severe cold between 0 and -20 degrees Fahrenheit.
So we only need one at a time?
I mean, yeah, I would assume if we like scrunch up together.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys. You guys tell me what you're doing, and then
Yeah,
I
I
will
think we
plan
should-
accordingly.
Reserve the heat stone, so just put on one for now, and
Yeah.
anyone who needs the warmth can cuddle up.
Well, 20 foot, isn't that the top of the cart?
The top of the cart is, I believe it was 15 feet by 15 feet. It might have been 20 by 20. Hang on. You go back to the map real quick.
That's what you said, right, right, Jess? 20 feet?
You're muted.
Mute.
Yeah, you're 20 feet.
Thank you. I was pulling up my reference, but I'm also trying to find something that's gone missing from my thing because I don't name things properly.
Well, if it's a monster, you can just leave it missing, and we'll have ignored
I
it.
mean,
I guess.
I know that you would love for it to be that way, but unfortunately, I need to make sure that the game does what the game is supposed to do, which is try to kill you. So,
Rude. And you expect to
It wouldn't
sleep
be
in
any
my
fun if
bed?
there wasn't any conflict. And you get to try out your new shiny scimitar.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure this will be the one where I like die in the first round.
No, it is where we come up against a monster that has DR against scimitars.
Specifically scimitars, nothing else.
Mithril scimitars. That were
Yeah, my prior
last
scimitar would have been fine.
It's DR against scimitars and immune to sonic damage.
And repels animals.
and is attracted to heat stones. and rolling objects.
And immune to mind affecting things.
And repels magic missile.
And actually deflects the magic missiles. So it
Back
comes
at
to
you! Back at you!
Steve's like,
Man,
"Keep
we're
laughing,
giving
I'm
him too
building a
many
monster."
ideas. I know. He's like, let me get all the notes.
As you
down.
make stuff up, I'm just adding them to this monster. It's gonna be great. You guys are so wrecked.
It's an imagination monster, so as we keep like saying things, then we're imagining the worst and it's making it stronger.
So it's going to be the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in the end?
It's basically the Tarrasque.
I'm actually getting really annoyed because I cannot find this map.
I don't think it was meant to be, sweetheart.
It was meant to be. You guys definitely rolled this monster. We may need to do this Theater of the Mind style, but... let's see what your perceptions are anyway, because maybe it's not even a point, not even a deal. Let's see what they get on this. I think this is the wrong one. I want the other one. Go back here. Choose. There we go. That one. It should have. Oh, I thought it had a higher one. Okay, so. Yeah, so. Comstock, you will notice as the party is traveling, you and Kent both actually will notice as you're traveling that there is, remember if they lay these out the way I think they do. Wrong one. Yeah, you will notice that there are, like, there's this kind of, like, snowfall that starts to set in as you are traveling. And it kind of, like, makes things a little difficult to see in your travels. The snowfall is, like, very slow, but still obscures enough to make things interesting. The terrain is very white. But even with that, Comstock and Kent will barely manage to pick out a handful of snowflakes and small, like almost thin mounds of snow that haven't fallen from the sky and are sort of suspended between positions of a couple of trees that you're on your way towards.
Are they supposed to do that?
Do what?
Just hang there like that.
Hang there, what, like a web?
Yeah, we should probably try and avoid that.
Wait, you see a web?
I don't
No.
see anything. I'm just saying if there's a web, we need to avoid the web.
I just see snowflakes hanging in the air.
Right, how else would they hang there if it wasn't like a spider web or something?
They're floating. They're flying. They're sentient beings.
Does anyone have any idea what they're talking about?
What knowledge would it be to try and identify?
You can give me a knowledge nature, I don't know, maybe. To see if there are some floating snowflakes. There's no floating snowflake monster.
There has to be something more systemic.
I mean, if they were flitting back and forth, I would assume some sort of web, because webs aren't solid. But those are just sitting there.
Unless there's something invisible under it?
Is there a way to go around this and try and avoid it?
Oh yeah, you can just move the cart around the trees and head on if you want.
I suggest that, if we don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, everybody wants to take a closer look.
No thanks. Not feeling especially curious.
Avoidance
right
has
now.
worked for us every step of the way.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys can mosey around it and continue on your way.
What was it?
You'll never know. You don't investigate it, you can't know.
I'm gonna have to read your angry journal later, Steven.
I don't angry journal about the campaign. I'm not Erasmus. Have Charles run you a game as Erasmus, and then Erasmus can angry journal about your inability to face the encounters that you find.
Erasmus and the Angry Journaling Group.
I'm in.
That's not correct. Why are you putting me on the wrong page, you stupid garbage machine?
Hey, at least your machine turns on.
I didn't mean computer, I meant site. I looked for something that I needed, and it put me to something completely different. Yeah, you guys can, you'll pass by like this small buzzing set of insects off in the distance. They don't seem to kind of be drawn towards you. They're quite a ways out. Are largely uninterested.
As we are in them.
You don't want to start a collection.
Can I get... I guess you guys are using your heat stones. I actually need to quit forgetting that, because that is changing these rolls dramatically. Can I get a perception from the party? All right. Well, since yet again Constag rolled the highest, Constag, can I get you to roll me 3d4? And I'll tell you what you see once you do that.
Because how you see it changes what it looks like.
Either really good or really bad.
Wow. So you are traveling, and this thing, as it moves across the snow, makes a very loud, very kind of crunching noise as it like rolls over the snow and presses really deep into it. And it does kind of slow down the momentum of the cart as it's moving. There's not a lot of like ground for it to grab on. A lot of what's moving is the fact that it's so heavy and can push down and keep itself on the land. And you will notice, like, from the distance, the noise that you're generating and the heat of your cart seems to be drawing some attention to by like a couple of... You've noticed there's been like a couple of different patterns of things moving around you. Small bugs that have been kind of keeping their place around the cart, flying along beside it. Not really any big deal. But there are some much larger creatures that you spy in the distance that have started moving in the direction of the cart. Much, much larger creatures. And you will notice that these creatures are lumbering creatures, wearing various pieces of hide all strewn about their body. They look mostly humanoid, except for their faces twisted like somebody has beaten them into kind of a disfigurement, and that is a permanently affixed status upon their faces. And they see what you are moving upon, and their eyes sort of light up as they see new prey, and they rush towards the cart. All 12 of these towering giants wearing proper wear on their feet as they ski towards the party. And with that, I need everyone to roll me some initiative.
So you're saying now we're gonna die because we didn't think to get skis?
All the big skiers coming at us.
Do we know what kind of creature they are?
Not yet.
Can't wait to get beat up by the Olympic ski team.
I'm gonna roll just a couple of them in here. They'll work in 3 little tribes. right.
Gotta make the music so ominous.
Wait. What do you...
My roommate is finally out of the bathroom. I'm gonna need to take a quick break.
Okay. Actually, that'll give me an opportunity to set things up a little bit. So why don't we all take a short break, and I will get this... I'll actually get a much cleaner setup done. So we'll be back in a moment. And we're back with a big surprise for the party, their favorite thing. Some giants on skis.
Ogres.
Maybe they're ogres. That is a type of giant.
What? Well, I guess I'll have to wait for my initiative, but
Yeah.
see what sort of knowledge.
On my thing, only the ogres are showing up on the initiative order.
Yeah, it's because of the way I dragged you guys over. So I'll let you know when it's your turn.
That's annoying.
They're gonna move.
Do we
this guy
recognize
here.
the giants as their specific type, or just as giants?
Right now, they're just kind of giants. You can make a giant-related check on your turn. But in the meantime, one of these giants is going to let go of a javelin at the closest person to them on the cart. So, Nikolai, does a 12 hit your AC?
It does not.
All right, the javelin lands at the against the wall of the cart. Erasmus. Erasmus, what you want to do?
You're muted.
Magic missile.
Magic missile. Which one do you want a magic missile, Charles?
All fun options to choose from.
I can't get my screen to move.
That's weird. I don't think I've got lighting engine on this, so it should just be a matter of dragging to the left or to the right. Because you guys are in the bottom right of the map.
You could also just go for the one that threw the javelin at me. Ooh, also, do I have the javelin now? Since it didn't hit me?
The javelin is way bigger than you.
Shooting the javelin.
Okay.
But I mean, where did the javelin land?
Probably would have fell off the wall and outside of the cart. The question is, Charles, can you get your character to click on it? Yeah, there you go. A hailstorm of purple missiles fly loose from Erasmus and head out towards the javelin throwing giant. And they all blast against his face, knocking into him for 11 points of damage. The next of these skiing giants will go. And it too will make its way forward and let fly. It's not going to do that towards that rock. That's a really bad idea. And let fly another javelin towards Nikolai. Oh, Nikolai does a 12 hit.
Oh, surprisingly, like last time, it does not.
Oh. Once more crashes against the sidewall of the cart.
Are we supposed to see the cart on here?
Bottom right-hand corner of the map. You may need to zoom out.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right, which giant is this? This giant is going to have to do a little bit of maneuvering around the terrain, and he won't quite get to make an attack of the cart, so he's going to do some of these numbers here. He is a pretty well-trained skier, it seems. Konstag.
Can I do a knowledge nature to know what specifically they are?
You can give me a knowledge history to know what they are.
Well, that too. What?
That is going to be enough to tell you, I think, actually. I always forget the total bonus. I believe it's 15, though, plus the level. It is, 15. Oh, no, 10 plus the monster CR. So you will know these are ogres. Cold ogres.
Anything special about them? Or do I just know the ogres?
I mean, ogres are basically big, brutish giants that have like a bit of a attitude problem. They really just want to beat up on things and eat them.
Fun. Then for right now, I'm going to put full strength on Katri.
All right. Katri grows stronger as the ogres. And what does Katri want to do?
Katri is just going to wait for an opportunity.
All right, the next one of these ogres will ski on in. And it will try to make a check real quick. Ooh. That was really close to failing. And it will leap over this rock and continue its path. They do seem like very skilled skiers. Indeed. Brianna.
I am going to begin my performance.
All right.
Are we moving?
You are not moving at the moment unless somebody specifically moves the cart. Remember, the cart is like any other vehicle.
Right. And are the white things rocks or are they just snowdrifts?
They are rocks.
Okay.
Some of them are rocks, some of them are trees. Some of it you can easily kind of roll over, like most rocks do not heavily impede this vehicle. But some of the larger ones, like this one, will provide some difficult terrain for the vehicle to move across, if you guys wanted to move the vehicle.
I keep thinking about free skis. Am I the only one?
That one can't go yet, so he's gonna wait. That one can't. You can't wear these skis.
We could put the wheels of our cart on the skis and make it into a sleigh.
That is not how that works.
That's a very funny idea, though.
Kent.
This guy here. Why is it not doing that? Q?
No, you're probably in the wrong pointer. Just go down and on the bar on the left, click on the pointer
There,
again.
that guy right there.
Yeah.
I want to magic missile his skis.
You cannot magic missile the skis.
Why not?
Read magic missile.
Oh, damn. All right.
Could you just aim it at his feet, I guess?
You cannot
Are you
aim
gonna make him
magic
read it out
missile.
loud?
Can't aim magic
Oh,
missile.
Magic missile very specifically targets creatures
Shit.
and cannot target specific parts of the creature.
All right, then we will
Imagine if it did the abuse.
Yep.
Then we will web between this rock and this rock.
All right. Show me that DC for web.
Where is it? Web.
Ogres are not big fans of webs. Spider is their mortal ally. Or enemy. It's their mortal ally.
Their mortal ally. All my mortal allies.
That
Oh.
implies that the ogres are immortal, and that's even creepier.
Ogre rolls a natural 15 modified to a 15. And he will skate over top of your web.
Of course he will.
Because he is a Tony Hawk's pro skier. Alright, this one's gonna come up and over this way. That one in the back is gonna delay. Oops, so is that
there are
one?
so fucking many of them.
Yep. Oh, I let you guys roll it.
I
You guys accepted it.
apologize. It is not your fault, dude.
It is
It's your dad's
totally her fault.
for being evil.
Not evil. I'm just running the game like the game wants me to run it. Nikolai.
So I am going to first say, y'all think we should try and get out of here? Because there are a dozen of them. And I'm also going to cast mirror... Oh, damn it, I forgot. I just forgot to do it there. I'm going to cast mirror images.
All right.
And people have to wait till their turn to respond about leaving.
They can reply now.
Would it be an insight check to know if we could outrun them, or?
It would be a gauge check to know if you can outrun them.
Oh, good. I'm already singing. Ooh.
You are not sure.
We might want to try.
You do know that they are very fast on the skis. And that you are moving slower on the snow.
So
I would point that out then. I would say, I don't want to fight.
So we're
them,
fucked.
but, yeah.
I mean, not necessarily.
There are 12 of them.
Yes, but there are things that you may or may not know from the gauge, so you can make that assumption if you want. But I'm not going to give you answers. Since, well, you did not succeed at knowing.
Did anybody else want to try and gauge? Anybody?
Do I have to have ranks in it to do it?
You do not need ranks in gauge.
Thanks, Erasmus. There we go. Kent, Comstock. Did that give us anything else?
Yeah, you with Kent and Comstock, especially with Comstock's like understanding of things like mathematics and her actual attendance in classes, she will realize that these things are moving incredibly fast, even considering the terrain, and the cart is moving slow. However, if you can maneuver the cart around specific points of terrain, they do have to make more difficult movements. So it could be either you all trying to run and making a series of drive checks versus their ski checks and trying to get some distance between some of them, or you could try to hold your ground and thin them. And then that might make it easier for you to escape, but that is up to all of you. But that will take us to Erasmus.
I'm all about these drive tracks, people.
I'm good with trying that, and then if it doesn't work, we fight.
All right, well, what are you doing right now, Erasmus? Same target?
Yes, sir.
All right, another volley of magic missiles streams forward and peppers along the chest for another 8 points of damage to the ogre. The next of the ogres.
Growl in pain.
He actually seems to be largely unbothered by it.
Damn.
Or at least maybe he's just toughing through it. It's hard to tell.
I wanted to hear a growl, so that's sad.
The next of these ogres will ski its way on forward. This one's going to try to do a daring leap over the ledge. Oh, and will, like,
Die.
flop into the snow here.
Cover him with snow.
I don't have that. But we'll do that. Give him a little snow icon. Constog.
So we just gotta keep making this happen, is what I'm saying.
That does slow them down if they fall down a bunch.
Oops.
What do you want to do?
Try driving.
You are the driver. You make the decision.
I'm gonna do it.
All right. So that's going to change the method of the battle then. So in this case, for right now, I am going to have this be simply a back and forth series of rules. One of you may aid. The rest of you may take an action each turn as to what you want to do. And these things will continue to chase you. We will see how many of them remain as things go on. So, Constog, why don't you give me a drive check and decide who is going to assist, and that person should roll an aid. Or no one can choose to assist, and you guys can instead try to do other things to try to knock the ogres off your tail. What do you want to do? You guys decide what you're doing as your action, since each of you decide what you're each doing as your actions. Well, I decide the ogres are going to continue their chase, and right now they are closing in on you. You're muted.
Is there anything we can do to help them with the profession? Nothing, right?
If you can attempt to, if you want to. Any of you can attempt.
Nikolai, do you have ranged attacks?
Range meaning like long range? Or like
Yes.
spells?
Okay.
Both. He's asking, do you have anything that you can do at a distance to affect the ogres?
I mean, I have a few spells, but none of them are super huge range. Like, I have Grease. I think most things I have are close range, though, except Magic Missile.
Okay, you got magic missiles, and that's fine.
All right, so each of you give me your action. What is your action for the turn? Constag, starting with you.
I'm driving.
Okay, give me a profession check. Very good. That will keep the cart at full speed throughout the terrain. All right, who's next?
Me. I am, as my standard action, I'm stopping my courage performance, and instead I'm going to be switching to my inspire competence.
Yep. Very good. Who else? Next?
So does she still need an aid then?
No, she does not need an aid, and if you aid, you don't get to do anything else. So you have to decide whether or not you think on average your aid is going to be beneficial or not, or doing something else might be.
I don't
Oh,
think so.
sorry, I gotta click the wrong thing.
It's alright. That will shoot for another 7 damage against one of the...
At the one who had...
Yep,
The same one Charles is attacking.
against the injured skier. And Kent, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm assuming that's this front one here.
That's
you're-
this one here that got shot.
Okay, so this guy in front hasn't been shot at yet.
Nope, not at all.
Ah, where'd it go? Come here, there you are. Then I will magic missile the guy in front of us, and the closest to us.
All right. Yeah, the magic missiles will pepper him here and there. And that'll take us to these guys. I'm gonna roll a few checks on them. The first
There's
one
no
up
need
front
for that, Steve.
will try to get in close, and he will not be able to catch up. The next one that has been heavily injured this heavily injured one will wipe out as he's chasing you.
Take that. Eat ice.
The one following behind. Oh my god, will slam into this rock. He prepares to turn, and as he puts down his skis, one of them just kind of cracks, and he turns in as it cracks and smacks his head into the stone, and wipes out against the rock. Let's see, these two down here. Oh yeah, these guys are pros. Super pros. They come straight across this, no problem. Jumping across the body of their unconscious ally. The guys back here. Ooh, that knocks out all but 3 of them. The rest of these will make their advance and will hurl javelins at the cart as they advance. Ooh, that natural 20 will hit. The other 2 rolls were garbage. Nikolai, can you check your images?
Yes. Sorry.
It's fine.
Okay, let me stop.
Ooh, yeah. The javelin whizzes through one of your illusory Nikolais. And the party will go.
Should the cart have moved since?
No, I'm not going to move the cart. I'm going to move
Oh,
things based on whether or not they've lost or gained proximity to you.
Okay.
Am I allowed to maintain my performance while assisting Comstock?
Maintaining your performance is a free action.
Right. So that I could do that then.
Yes.
Okay. So I will basically assist Comstock while maintaining my performance.
Okay, that is an aid. All right. What about the rest of you?
I'm going to also cast a blur on myself.
Okay. Erasmus and Kent.
I'd like to Sonic Blast the one in the front.
Okay. That will hit against its touch. Oh yeah, that's right. It gets a save. Ooh, it fails the save, and it becomes deafened, I believe, right? For 1 round? Yep, and it takes 15 points of damage. Ouch. There is a loud burst of... What kind of sound does your Sonic Blast make?
I want the sound from what's-his-name's Dune movie. If you guys have seen that.
I'm not familiar.
I assume only one other person here has seen Lynch's Dune movie. So when I do my Sonic Blast, I yell Ma'adi.
All right. He is deafened, I think, largely because he doesn't understand what this sound is, because he's too young for this reference. And Kent.
Okay, so that was him. So I will attempt to. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna magic missile him. Same guy who just Sonic.
Yeah, your missiles will fly out, and as this thing gets deafened and it like is reeling a bit in the confusion, your magic missiles will fly in right as it starts to get its bearings again and knock him off of his skis and to the ground.
Bless you.
Thank you. The rest of them will go. I believe we had a good cart check, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
there should be a +3, I think, to what, because the +2 is for my Inspire Competence.
Yep. So the first pack of 3 will lose very little distance on you. The second, well, we'll lose no distance on you, rather. The second pack of 3. Ooh, one of them will wipe out against a stone as they are coming around. They go to like hook themselves under for the leap above it, and instead the tip of their ski clips on the rock and sends them straight onto their face. And then these 3 in the back. A lot of bad rolls. There's not a lot they have to do in order to keep moving, but these guys get a little ways forward, but not much comparatively. Really poor rolls. The party.
I'm just going to continue helping Comstock.
Good stuff. Other members of the party. Where are those going, Nikolai?
Okay, so the one that took the most damage is down.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the ones that have been snow blocked back.
Have any of the rest of them taken damage?
No.
Then the one behind the one that is X'd out.
Okay. So now, technically, his body's like back here. All right. Yeah, your missiles fly true. And he looks a lot worse than he did before they hit him. Erasmus and Kent.
I'm gonna take this guy far to the north.
Okay, this guy here.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, your underwhelming show of missile power will fly forth. And he will look on at you as if your attempt was fruitless.
I'm gonna sonic blast the guy directly in front of me.
All right.
Oof.
Yeah. You misjudge it, and you end up tossing it out, and the sound happens somewhere behind him as he's skiing towards you. The difficulties of hitting moving objects.
This sound wouldn't have. I don't want to screw us, but the sound wouldn't provoke like avalanches or anything, right?
You're not on a mountain.
Okay.
You're on a
Yes.
like kind of wide
Yes,
open
it does.
tundra. So, if
Lots
this
of
was a
damage.
mountain, believe you me, I'd be rolling some extra dice in the background.
We would have all been crushed already, don't
Well, Niev has some experience with avalanches.
The next two. Niev wasn't there for the. Oh no, Niev was. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Niev was.
That's still enough. One of these guys, this guy will make some distance forward on you guys. With a really good check, this other guy will sort of lose a little bit of distance, making sure he recovers himself. Oh, so many wipeouts. You gotta be kidding me, guys.
Hey, you remember all the times where they get really great rolls? So this is balancing.
It's not balancing anything out. Oh my god, both of these guys go down. Oh.
Why do you seem so disappointed? It's like you're on their side.
I am on their side.
Rude. GM's supposed to be neutral.
They had their problems, but I'm on their side. They're all I need, please believe.
This is what you get for blaming me for there being problems.
All I'm
I
saying
get
is, you can't take it with you when you go. I believe it.
So
So I'll
maybe
tell you what
he
I got.
just like spread out the power across 12, so they're all a lot weaker than I've ever been before.
Nikolai. Oh, this one gets a little ways forward as well.
We should
Yes.
maybe try focusing our fire on one at a time.
Is it my
These
turn,
guys
or
fall
are you
back.
calling out on me for something else?
It's you guys' turn. Sorry.
Okay, it's all of us then.
Yeah. I just saw Nikolai's name. It defaulted. No aid.
But she still has the +2 for
Yep.
my performance.
Kent and
I'm
Nikolai.
gonna be big.
All right, you can be big. You grow big and push Erasmus a little bit.
Push that out.
All right, Erasmus and
Why
Kent.
does it take my
Yeah.
AC down by 2? It says it should be down by 1.
Because you also get a -2 penalty to Dex.
And that takes the AC
Yep.
down. Gotcha.
All right, I'm gonna take the guy closest to the cart.
All right. Ooh, yeah, that'll hit. A much better showing of magic missile power against this one. And he looks rough. How about you, Erasmus?
I'm gonna blast that same guy.
Let's see if you can do it. You hit it wide last time. I guess deep, not wide. Yeah!
Ooh.
Roll some critical Sonic Blast damage. He is about to not only hear, but face the music. And down he will go. It is at this point that the skiers will turn off and make their way away from all of you. They do not want any more of the trouble you have brought to them.
But I just got big.
You did. Maybe that also added to the reason they don't want to fight.
You intimidated them.
All we had to do was have Nikolai get me.
Well, and have a bunch of them wipe out and knock a couple of them unconscious. It's the combination of things.
Guys.
Well, we took no damage in that combat.
You did, and you were all worried.
I think though that trying to get away was the better option. I think that was smart.
I think standing and fighting would have been the better option. Could have seen how many of you I could have taken out.
Yeah, the
Just
card
getting-
trick thing was cool.
Getting bored with our characters, huh? You want some fresh blood?
Need to see some new faces, some virtually new faces.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure like you have a campaign that's not that old.
Listen, okay, every 10 sessions, I need a new campaign starting.
Ugh. Yeah, that's a good way to not keep a girlfriend.
Ouch. You're saying that if I kill enough of your characters, you leave me?
No, to be so fucking busy that you're starting a new campaign every 2 months.
Not if I'm killing off a party every 10 episodes. That means every time a campaign gets to 30 episodes, I'm starting a new game in another game.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of time and energy to create a whole new world and story and blah blah blah.
No, you just redo the story with a couple of different changes.
Whatever, bye.
Welcome to Mearachd. All right, you guys though will successfully make your way into the city of Frostholm. It is a very open, kind of planned out area. A lot of buildings here are built to withstand the heat, or withstand the heat, withstand the cold conditions. A lot of very thick woodwork and stonework are in place, and you can see big, like, chimneys on various spots on many of these buildings. The roads are very wide, fully capable of having your cart make its way through them with minimal effort. But not really places where you could leave this thing necessarily, but you can just try to find a place to drop it off and just take the glove with you now. So what do you all want to do now that you have arrived here in Frostholm?
Still got that rod in your pants, Erasmus? He's crying. You're
Yes.
muted,
I have the rod in my pants.
'cause we need that to find the next object, right?
Yep.
Do we want to do that this day, or do we want to try and find somewhere to stay so that we can like go in there fully recovered?
Might be a good idea to rest. What time of day is it?
About at this point, it would be about midday.
Yeah, we should find somewhere to bed down and get some food. What are the inn options looking like here?
Yeah, let's get the snow off our boots, right?
Yep, so there is a place called either the Bloody Fang. There is the... Should be 3. The Yellow Flask. Or... a place called the Triumphant Jester.
Can we do a knowledge local to see if we can get any insights on?
I would see if maybe I could speak with someone around town to see if they have any recommendations as to what's the better place to stay.
Sure.
Alright, let's see.
All right. You can ask about. And eventually you will find your way to what you assume might be a young dwarven man. Got a very short beard as opposed to the typical kind of long beard that you're used to seeing. I'm a big fan of the Jester. The Jester is a nice place if you want a place where we all gather together, enjoy a good time, a lot of good music.
I love good music.
Yeah,
Excellent.
how are you for a good old-fashioned dwarven punk shanty?
That sounds amazing.
Ah, they're great.
I'm feeling slightly distressed by all of this.
I would say, yeah, that sounds amazing. I'll let my group know, and I think that's where we'll probably end up staying.
All right, I warn you.
Get enough sleep there. It sounds loud.
Be a little pricey.
Oh, how pricey are you talking?
5 silver a night.
Oh, okay. Excellent. I would relish a good place that there's music and revelry going on.
Well, then you'll enjoy it there. I think they have Haymaker Fitzpatrick playing tonight.
Oh, wonderful. What does he do? The shanties that you were talking about?
It's a group.
Oh, I'm sorry, I hadn't heard
But yeah,
of that.
they're a punk shanty group.
Oh, excellent.
You're muted, Charles.
Yeah, with that name there, 100% are.
What's the name of it? The something Joker?
It is the Triumphant Jester.
Triumphant Jester.
And the Haymaker Fitzpatricks.
I'm not taking note of that.
Yeah, you guys can get into, make your way into this place.
This doesn't sound like a punk shanty to me.
It is not. This is the city music. I was not prepared for that because I was just trying to grab what music I could today. This has not been a week where I've had a lot of time to find the assets I want to find. But you can. Go ahead.
You don't spend a lot of time looking for punk shanties?
No, I don't. It's almost like I don't like punk or something.
What? Get out
No,
of here.
right? But yeah, you guys can make your way in to this place. It is a very loud place. There are like a small group of 3 dwarves and what looks kind of like either a halfling or a gnome maybe, that are up on the stage performing, and they're just kind of like yelling out into the crowd with this loud blaring music going on that's filling the room. Other
Can we
dwarves
see
throughout the
if
room are
it's
kind of
gonna
shouting
be-
at each other.
Can we see if it's going to be loud near where the actual rooms we're staying is? Because if so, I don't want to stay here.
Sure. You can make your way up to the counter. All right, what you be having?
Oh, yes, we were looking for accommodations.
Some peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet. Why you be wanting that, lass?
Lass?
Yeah. You're looking for some peace and quiet. You ain't nothing more than a little girl.
I'm a 7'11" orc. But
I see what you're doing. You're compensating for missing something else by being so tall. Lass.
Sure.
And now we're gonna stay here, huh? This is what you're
Yeah,
here.
I think I'm gonna stay somewhere else.
I'm not surprised.
I leave.
Brianna actually still wants to stay here. She's like really excited about all the noise and things going on.
Okay.
I asked him, I'm a very weak and timid person. What inn should I be staying at?
You want to stay at somewhere because you're too afraid of us? You might as well stay outside of town. Let the ogres eat you.
I'm not sure how to answer that.
But listen, you really can't handle it. I'm not surprised you can't handle it out here. Too afraid of the music? Too afraid of the people? Too afraid of the ogres?
I'm not even remotely upset by this.
Maybe you go where all the cowards go. Place that's your color. The yellow flask.
Okay. I go after Mordecai. Nikolai, sorry.
Mordecai.
Mordecai.
I guess I'm a little more shaken up about being called a coward than I thought.
What about the
I
two of
just
you?
wanna
You
stay somewhere with terrible customer service.
you both gonna wimp out as well and not enjoy the music, festivities?
Nikolai, they recommended some place called the Yellow Flask. They said it was for cowards. I thought I'd do well there.
Yeah, we can go there. Let's see if anybody else is coming. Probably not good to split up the party, but Brianna cares more about fun than, safety, so.
This is literally the first inn where there's been performing and music.
You could come for the performance and sleep somewhere else for the safety. Be practical.
I don't know why your little girly friend is saying it's not safe here.
I'm not even. This is through telepathy. He can hear me.
He wants to hear you. He wills
I thought
himself
he
to
was
hear you. No, it's fine. He cannot hear you.
She's such a creep.
I think sleeping at different inns won't really matter much in the run of things, other than just I won't have to hear whatever sonorous chant those dwarves are making. How's that for a line?
All right,
Listen,
so-
I just think they're a band that sings loud and sings proud. They sing all about Spicy McHaggis, the Wild Rover.
I have several albums by many of the Irish punk bands. So I have probably a good dozen covers of the Wild Rover in my collection. Maybe they'll cover Whiskey in a Jar a little later on.
Yeah, why not?
So, Kent, Comstock, Cotry, where are you staying?
Nowhere? Anywhere?
Where's everybody else staying?
The
Brianna-
party-
I'm going to the Coward Inn called the Yellow Flask.
The elephant. Brianna's staying at the Jester.
Katri, Comstock, where you staying?
I'm fine staying at either. Do we think it would be best to have someone also stay at the same inn as Brianna?
I mean, one would think we wouldn't want to completely split the party up and allow individuals to stay by themselves, but I'm totally okay either way. Or the 8 will provide.
I think the big thing will be finding a good place where Katri can stay, right?
I think the important thing will be to find a different inn for every member of the party. In fact, 3 of you can stay at one of the inns, and the other 2 of you can go around an Airbnb.
God.
Actually, Comstock in a couple of levels won't even need to stay at an inn, because I believe, unless you don't get that, there'll be a lot of personal temperature controlling and that kind of stuff with various druidical powers. But
I mean, she might
Life
still like
bubble
a
is
shower
clutch.
and a bed.
why be a druid unless you could be filthy? Anyway,
I feel like Kent should roll a 1d2 and figure out where the 8 wants him to stay or something.
Comstock, why don't you stay here with Brianna? You guys can share a room.
Alright, if Brianna's alright with that.
I bet you this crowd would like the
Absolutely.
stag. I'm being very genuine when I say that. I bet you they'd probably give the stag an ale and that kind of thing.
All
I
right.
got your dear drunk.
So I think we've got where everybody's staying. It's 5 silver at both of these places, so you all can pony up whatever. The Yellow Flask is willing to accept any and all things, as is the Jester. You're not staying at the Bloody Fang, or not the, yeah, you're not staying at the Bloody Fang, so there's nothing to talk about there. The Yellow Flask is a more relaxed and sort of quiet place.
Sounds great.
A little more put together, if
I'm
you will.
even gonna pay for my own room.
All right.
Get a room to myself. Let him angry journal on his own.
Nice. I'm gonna ask if they have hot stone massages.
They do not here.
I would assume they were just gonna heat up some rocks and fling them at me.
I mean, they would do that at the other place if you wanted to go there.
Yeah, but they would probably do it for free and laugh hysterically at it, so I don't know.
Brianna will definitely be joining the crowd downstairs. She'll definitely be dancing, but as she learns like lyrics and stuff, she would probably be singing in Dwarven because she actually knows Dwarven.
Oh, good. Yeah, almost all of these songs are in. I mean, you assume it has to be Dwarven. It sounds kind of like Dwarven, but it really, like, when they sing it, it sounds like they're so incredibly wasted that you're not even sure if these are lyrics. So you kind of have to ask around, like, what are the words to the song? But eventually you'll be able to pick a lot of it up.
My dancing isn't so good, apparently, but...
It is not.
They're drunk. They won't notice.
So one of the things that I feel like is going to matter, though, for some people is, Comstock, you don't seem the type that really likes a lot of noise, right? How does Comstock deal with, like, some inn that they're staying in where the volume is at, like, 25 as opposed to the max of 10 that it would normally be?
Does it still sound that loud upstairs?
It's still very loud upstairs. The music fills this place. It's like this building was built with like a very intricate level of, like, resonance in it. So there's a lot of, like, echoing throughout the halls and into the rooms.
Do I have to keep my cold weather gear on while I'm in the building?
No, while you're in the building, it is quite warm.
I'm gonna try putting it over my head to, like, cover my ears.
All right. Give me a fortitude save to sleep through the night. Yeah, you're able to do so. Keep yourself out. Brianna, you can enjoy yourself in the music. The dwarves around you, this place is, like, largely a place of dwarves. All kind of, I think at this point, are pretty close to towering over you, right? You're fairly...
I'm like 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah. So these, you're almost back in your old comfortable body, as these dwarves, dance around you, surprised that a little creature like you would be enjoying this kind of music.
I'll be like, you guys are the most fun I've had in a while.
It shows!
I'm having a lot of fun not being at that place with the dwarves.
Samesies. Can we get a good night rest?
Yes. Everyone else will be able to rest easily. Brianna, because she enjoys the kind of sounds of music and revelry. And even finds that in some places, even dwarves know how to have a good time.
Yeah, these dwarves
That's a
are
good
way
line.
more fun than Goron. All Goron did was judge me for going to dance clubs.
Thought he was judging you more on the fornication, but...
Yeah, that too. He seemed to just sort of disapprove of everything.
Yeah. All right.
It used to be dwarven clerics, when they would have to take skills, would have to take craft, and I think it was brewing, blacksmithing, and weaponsmithing were like the 3 ones you were expected to take as a dwarf.
Typecast as an old dwarf.
100% typecast for dwarfs. And you know what? Any dwarf player wasn't okay with that, frankly. They were playing the dwarf for that.
The 5 of you can wake up the next morning with no problems that happen over the evening. Although I think Konstag wakes up a little earlier than usual. to the sound of the music starting almost as the sun, like, hasn't even yet risen.
Is there the swirl of bagpipes to greet them in the morning?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
But you can all get yourselves ready in the morning, do your preparations. Where are the 5 of you going to meet up after that?
Well...
I didn't hear what you said, Steve. What was it?
Where are the 5 of you going to meet up in the morning?
You can come to the civilized inn that we're staying in.
Yeah, I guess I would think that they probably would... They did not like this inn enough that I probably would need to go to them.
Okay.
So I just go to them.
Yeah. You can all meet up at the Yellow Flask in the morning, have a bit of breakfast, and discuss your plans for the day.
Oh man, that was so much fun!
Too loud.
I'm sure it was.
So much fun.
I'm glad you had a good time. I hope you,
You also are yelling.
I don't
Do
know,
you realize
rested and
that?
recovered some of your spell points. That would have been helpful, but who knows?
This isn't the first time that I've slept in a different inn than my party. It's okay. It's fine.
No, but none of us are. There should be no judgment on that. You should sleep at whatever inn you want. You know, you just shouldn't have to listen to drunken dwarves. I mean, if you want to listen to drunken dwarves, you should be free to.
I'm drinking some coffee and like singing some of the songs I learned yesterday. Not loudly, just sort of like, you know.
Yeah, you notice though, like, these almost don't sound as good when you're sober.
Shocking.
I was just like, oh, you have to be there. You have to be there.
No, thank you.
They are drinking songs, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
They are designed to be sung while completely intoxicated.
Yeah, if you don't have a little slur, you can't go, "Arrow!"
There's whiskey in the jar.
So,
Strategy.
how are we going to find this cave?
Well, I do. Lord of mercy. I almost said I do have the rod in my pants. Well, I have this rod.
It's true.
That rod will definitely tell you when you're close to the cave.
Yeah. I don't think Erasmus would get that, though. I think Erasmus would completely miss that. It'd be like, yeah, it would. It would. The rod would guide us right to the cave. And then everybody would snicker around him, and he would go, I don't understand what's so funny. The rod will guide us to the cave. And then it would go on for 15, 20 minutes.
The rod lasts that long, huh?
Yeah. Maybe 10 minutes, depending on how much he wants to explain himself.
Did
all right,
any
well,
of your drinking buddies, Brianna, you think any of them might have any insights?
Oh, they are dwarves, right? That was
Yeah.
the question.
I mean, I could ask them. They were firing up the bagpipes as we left.
Oh, really? They were awake?
Good Lord. I should be shocked.
They were very awake.
So, Comstock, you're going to be sleeping in a different inn then, eh? All right,
Comstock can sleep where she wants. If she's more comfortable here, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
She doesn't look very comfortable.
I'm just amazed that someone used that in with the term comfortable in the same sentence. Yes, if one is more comfortable at that inn, they should be free to stay at that inn. I agree. It is within the charter of our group to support people in that. Heck, maybe in a couple of weeks we can go to breakfast at that inn.
We'll see. Hope we're not
I feel-
here in a couple
I
weeks.
feel like breakfast at that inn is just like whatever is like energy type potion or whatever that they have.
I feel they hurl food at you, and whatever you catch, you can eat.
Oh, they got a lot of slop they just put on a plate.
I mean, this place is kind of quiet, like a library. You guys didn't hear anything here? Like, You don't see anybody here that might know about the cave?
Because it sounds
No,
like
and
a
it was-
library. It must have information in it.
Yes.
No, it was quiet and it was wonderful. In fact, in my journal, I wrote those exact words. It was quiet and it was wonderful.
It doesn't have the little stand of like brochures, does it? With like the tourist attractions?
No, it does not.
No.
There are no tourist attractions in Frostholm. People don't come to Frostholm to see the sights.
There's one pamphlet for Frostholm. Frostholm, why did you come here?
Frostholm, what are you running from?
I mean, I guess we could ask at the front desk.
The brochure for Frostholm is on the lam. Frostholm can help.
But
This
yeah,
place could be.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I was
go
just gonna say this place could be an epic ski resort. Clearly, those ogres.
No, last time I was at a ski resort, everyone started getting murdered. It was the game Charles ran for us.
It was great.
Those things happen. I can't believe the one female character, the NPC that ended up being I can't believe she kept making her sanity checks. She should have been really crazy by that point. Yet kept making sanity check after sanity check. That's why I ran her, because it was like, after your 8th sanity check that you've made, like, you're destined for great things.
Yep.
All
Although
right.
I think I made her Mexican, then Caucasian, then Colombian. I think she had several races.
That's not how you make someone multicultural, by the way, Charles.
No,
I will
it's not.
ask at the front desk
All right.
if they know anything about a cave in the area.
Do they have like a continental style breakfast?
Here they have like they will make you a couple of different things. They'll make you an omelet. They'll make you some grits. They'll make you some oats.
What about Odie oats?
Odie oats.
Odie.
It's what I feed Max in the morning and afternoon and evening or whenever I remember.
I don't know. I think you haven't done that in a
It's been a
while.
while.
That's probably why he's so sad.
Yeah, that's actually probably why I had that accident the other day.
I'm willing to bet that these grits don't contain avocado and
Oh, pimiento.
Where are they gonna get an avocado from in the middle of
Yum.
the tundra?
But it would keep them refrigerated.
I'll
Do they
go
have-
with the grits.
Do they
Good
have
energy to start the day.
waffles?
They do not have waffles.
Aw.
That's just horrible.
Yep. But yeah, Nikolai, you head up to the desk. How you doing, traveler?
Well, how are you?
It's a good day. I've awoken. Have yet another one. It's pleasant. It's quiet.
Yes, I appreciate the quiet here.
As do I. What can I help you find?
You know of any caves in the area?
Are you sure you want to go there? Many of your kind have made their way there, never to return.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I have much of a choice.
Do you mean adventurers or half-orcs?
I didn't realize you came up here with her.
Him.
Him. Many adventurers have made their way to that cave, traveled out here in search of what power lies within it. Few have returned, and those that have been either scared away or came back with nothing. Deep within there are supposedly things unlike other places you've been. Some
Things like what?
horrors the mind the likes the mind cannot properly comprehend. Creatures twisted by the magic that lies beneath. The rumors are that deep within there is some kind of very powerful creature protecting a very powerful object, and their powers mutate the landscape around it. It's why it's so far from where we are. An added protection.
How many days of travel do you think?
I would say about a day and a half you could get yourself there.
And there's nowhere to stay between here and there, I take it.
No. Part of the problem, part of what I believe many of them face is they believe that deep inside they'll be able to rest and get through the things that haunt their slumber. And I think many succumb to it.
Thanks for that insight. That's helpful.
You're welcome. Thanks for staying here.
Is there any advice on how to get there? I know you don't recommend it, but...
You just kind of have to find it. Where it is as well, some people have gotten lost trying to find it. It's always in the same place, but never quite where you remember it. Not sure if that helps at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that helps either. I was like, okay. Maybe we should ask the dwarves as well, just to cover our bases. Plus, I really love when Steve does that accent.
I'm gonna tip him 3 silver.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So at that suggestion, then Brianna will go back to the jester and loudly ask if anyone knows anything about the cave.
Cave!
I want to go back with you to the jester because I like abuse, and I just want to see how this goes. And I want to make our GM do some acting.
Oh.
That's not good.
Cave! What you be wanting to go back to the cave for? To some cave for? You got everything you need here. What, do you want to kill yourself?
Unfortunately, as you might know, I'm just passing through. I have to go find this cave.
Have to? Nobody has to do anything. Do what you want. Stay here.
We want to find that cave. I came back.
What are you, stupid? Don't go looking for caves.
Aren't you a dwarf?
And?
I thought
Aren't
guys
you a
ate
ninny?
caves. What?
Aren't you a ninny?
In some circles, yes.
So then what do you be wanting to go to a cave for?
We're stalwart adventurers on a quest to save the planet.
You look about as stalwart as a piece of bacon.
Well, assuming that we did go to the cave, what could we expect in there?
I don't know. I don't make journeys into caves. I make my home here. Listen to the music. Enjoy my life. I'm not like my ancestors. I don't need to spend my life under the ground. The sun is a nice thing to enjoy every once in a while, even if we don't get it as nice as some of the rest of you get it. I don't need to be going into caves. I'll listen to them sing about our ancestors and the torturous things they did beneath.
Yes, I've met some
Seems fair
dwarves
to me.
underneath
You
the
got a pretty
ground.
good point.
Yes, I've met some dwarves underneath the ground. They're quite different than you guys. You guys are much more fun.
Well,
I get
yeah.
it. My family left the woods, and, we're very upset about the fact that we no longer live in the woods.
No one should live in the woods either. Terrible place.
God, I like this dwarf more and more. Yes, I agree.
All right, well, I guess then I will set off for this cave, and if I make it back alive, I'll write a new shanty.
I wish you the best. But if I don't see you, I hope wherever you end up is a good place.
I'm going to leave a gold piece. If we don't come back, I want you to hoist the flagon. I think that's how you guys say it, in our honor. We are I can't remember our party's name again. What the hell was our name?
The Pact.
Hoist the flagon for the pact.
I'll do it for you. If I don't see you in 3 days, I'll assume you're dead.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, are there any preparations you want to make before you head out towards the cave?
They don't happen to have a temple to Kraskaran, do they?
They do not have a temple to Kraskaran.
about Cyrenex, the god of cold?
How about Celebrex, the god of drugs?
Oh, I wish. I'm going to, we're going to make sure our cold weather stuff is in good prepare. One of the biggest things about exploring caves is, provisions and making sure everything is dry.
Mm-hmm.
We should also see about maybe getting a couple of more rations.
Yep, because you are out of rations. You brought 4 days of rations, enough to get from point A to point B.
So I guess I will ask around town and see if there's someone, or if they can point me in the direction of someone that sells rations.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can easily find a place to buy some rations. That's no big deal. You didn't need to check for that.
Oh, okay. Well. Alright, so day and a half to get there.
We should probably buy another 4 days at least to be safe.
Yeah, I think so. So, are these going to be dwarven rations that we're buying?
No, they're regular rations.
Just regular rations. Okay.
Yep.
It's just a cask of liquor. Here's a day of the rations for you.
How much do rations cost again for a day?
I just forget.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Oh, okay.
It's not a thing I've committed to memory.
Alright, 5 silver points each.
So 20 silver for 4 days.
Yes.
I hope Kander's gonna give us some money soon for all this work.
Silver. Peasant coin.
He doesn't have any coin. That's why Hadhup is having to turn all those monsters into, magical items.
I'm actually going to buy 8 rations just so we have a little cushion, so
okay.
I'll just take 4 gold off my sheet.
Oh, wow.
You're muted, Charles.
Somebody may need to teach me how to use the mute settings on this eventually. Are the rations more expensive here?
No, they're 5 silver each.
Okay. All right. So how many is everybody getting?
So we were saying we should probably get at least 4. I actually got 8 just so that we have a cushion in case something happens or we need, more for any reason.
Okay. So you're thinking 8?
That's how many I got, just so that there's a cushion that we're not, because it'll be a day and a half to get there and a day and a half to get back, plus however long we stay there, so.
Okay. You sold me on 8. That headset was not working at all for me.
I bought a couple more, so now I have 6 days worth.
Okay. We're definitely out of them, and they're how much again, Senor?
5 silver each.
5 silver each. Just spend it off.
So 8 would be 4 gold.
Is animal feed the same price?
Yeah. I was just ruling that it was, just to make it easy.
I think we ruled that Katri could only eat the best food, like the blue buffalo of stag check. So
we're not dealing with
if Katri has to eat that, that'll be 6 gold.
Royal stag.
Royal stag.
Even though blue buffalo was just in the news for screwing something up, so.
Were they?
Yeah. I imagine it turned out to be people. Since it's a colored product, it has to be people. Or maybe it's like the dog's reading dog and the cat's reading cat.
People would give me crap about my dog and the Purina Premium, and then she lived to be 16, and so after 12 years, I'm like, the dog is 13. I think you're wrong. So when she lived to be 16, I was like, yep, didn't give her blue buffalo, still lived 16 years. Don't know what that meant.
Means that's not really how food works. So
yeah, I know. We hear all the time about how sensitive these dogs are, and then they eat everybody's shoes.
Yep.
Among other things.
Yeah.
All right. You guys think the party is prepared to set off towards the cave?
I don't know. What do you think? Should we take our vehicle?
Let's
Should we
see.
buy skis and learn a new skill? Or
I don't think we could learn to ski competently, but before.
We're eaten
mean-
by ogres.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably learn to ski competently, just not before we're eaten by ogres.
I was looking to see. I was thinking a rope might be. I was making. Sure I
ooh,
have a
very
rope.
good.
I
Yeah.
have a rope.
I also have a rope.
Oh,
What adventurer doesn't have a rope?
adventurers like me that can barely carry their own stuff.
I know most of my characters with the strength of 5 can't carry more than a spell
Yeah,
book.
exactly. How about we get one of those mirrored poles that we can look around corners and not get surprised?
Like the enemy can't see that.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're making sure to bring our heat stones because I think we only used maybe 2 of them.
Yep,
We only. Yeah.
would have been 2 because you guys said like you were covering the time that it would have been at freezing weather.
Right.
Yeah, so once we stop, I mean, if we have to stop moving, it's probably going to get, well, the upper levels will be cold. Once we get below the earth, it'll get to whatever the ground temperature is, which will probably still be cold. But, anybody else have anything else they think we might need? That way we can have all our bases covered.
Sounds like it's kind of hard to prepare for. Like people get lost and don't come back. I'm not really sure what to do.
Well, you bring a
Oh.
piece of chalk. I'll pick up a piece of chalk. That way we can mark passages if we feel like we're getting lost.
Nobody has anything that can protect the mind, do they? Because it sounded like that might be something. I'm thinking in terms of maybe spells or something.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I got one of those Magneto-style helmets that protects you from psychic intrusion.
Well, some things to keep in mind. They won't help with that, Brianna, but we do have the apple bit of mirror image from Hadhup. We have a holy lozenge. I have a potion of cure light.
Do we bring any whiskey in a jar from the Dwarven bar? I feel like that's a thing you buy there.
I also have a potion to hide from animal. Cast without trace, vanish, protection from good. That probably won't do much. Well, hello, little Max.
Well, let's, I think we should head out.
All right, you all feel prepared?
Nope.
Nope, but, you know, unless we're willing to carry 10,000 pounds worth of equipment.
All right, but you are taking the cart?
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
The party can load up on the cart, and they can set off to the south. Erasmus, you gonna whip out your rod?
Yes, I'm gonna pull it right out of my pants.
All right. And that is where we will break for tonight.
Happy birthday.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, says Max.